Well, I just finished shooting up those 50 rounds of 41 Magnum with the bullets from Walter Bunning, and I have some daylight left, so I got out the Rolling Block. This is a improved military rifle in 7x57. I have no idea what its origin was or whatnot. I picked this one up used. There was a video a while back where I had to make a new firing pin for it, and I've shot it a little bit. It shows some potential. I had to slow the rounds down quite a bit to get them to group. I'm anticipating that a larger diameter lead bullet might be better, but I'm not there yet. But I'm just making some brass. There's a couple of videos that show that I think that this chamber is actually a old world 7 Mauser rather than 7x57. There's a little subtle difference in the headspace reference on them, so this likes brass a little bit longer. So I have made some and fired some. This will be the second firing of these. I've got a couple of different things to try. I've got these will be their third firing, and this is 18 grains of 4759, and then these other ones have not been through. This will be the first time firing in this rifle for these, same powder charge, and then these here are their second firing. So I want to blow the brass out mostly to see how the chamber's looking. And then I had two laying around cast bullets, the Lee 130 grain cast bullet. We'll shoot those and see how they shoot just for the heck of it. But I'm only at 25 yards. I do have my target camera up down there, and again, like in my last video, the target camera is new. I'm struggling with it a little bit, so getting fired up for spring shooting is trying to get things around and make them work. So we'll run a few rounds here out of this old Rolling Block and see how it does. We'll start with the ones that I've got labeled number 1. This will be their third time through the rifle. They've been annealed, and I don't know if you can see in the video, but I've only neck sized them, and I've kept the large diameter of the unfired neck up closer to the case shoulder to help it chamber a little bit more nicely in that large throated chamber. It's rather generous, so I've only neck sized down about 2/3 of the way in order to keep the brass centralized in the chamber. So let's shoot a few at the 25-yard target and see how things go. This rifle has been a lot of fun so far. I like to ride the round in with the ejector extractor. It's the ejector and the extractor. I like to close it that way so that it does not snap over the rim. I think I've got things lined up pretty good here, but we might have to adjust a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go for a 6 o'clock hold on that target. It is a 50-foot pistol target at 25 yards, so I can see it real well, but it's relatively small. And this thing has a firm trigger. Ooh, really firm trigger. Pretty gentle load. See, it's pretty low pressure. There's plenty of soot around the neck there. What does our camera show on that? That's a nice shot. That's right in the middle at 12 o'clock. It's really good on windage and right at the top of the 10 ring. Let's run another. So the main thing here is to get this brass blown out so I can get some more measurements off of it. And so far, this rifle has been a riot. It's a lot of fun. Boy, but that trigger is firm. There's a modification you can do on the hammer spring that lightens it up significantly. I haven't done that yet. And then from rollingblockparts.com, you can get a lightened spring as well. But I like the way the brass is looking. Where did that shot go? That one's right up there with it. I came to the right a little bit, but not bad. Let's try another. And I've got the sight on what would be the 500 yard setting or 500 meters. I'm not sure how that's calibrated, if it's in meters or yards, but that seems to be about right for having things sighted in with this low velocity cartridge. Wow, that's a firm trigger. It's a challenge, but I think that that's up there with those others. Hammer back, block back. I found that if you do the side of your hand thing like this, you can catch that brass when it comes out pretty nicely. So I've got them all together there, kind of, which is nice. Let's try another. That firm trigger will definitely help you with your hold. I had my thumb over the top of the wrist of it that time. I think it works better if I just leave my thumb right behind the hammer. It's definitely a heavy trigger pull, but the rifle is grouping quite nicely there. I like that. One more in this group. I think this thing is starting to want to shoot further. I think they're all kind of in the same area there. So that's all the brass that had been fired 3 times. This will be the third firing of that brass. Say it has a rather large throat, even compared to the large diameter that I left it. It hasn't blown back out that far, but it has blown back out quite a bit. So I'll do the same type of resizing the next time. So now I've got 5 that are second firing. Debating whether I should just keep shooting them there or what, see if there's any change. Yeah, let's do that. These ones that are the second firing, let's go ahead and shoot the same. This one, the case neck's not real pretty on, but it should be okay. Let's go ahead and run it. Starting to get some weird light down low on the front sight, but I can still see it fine. I think that kind of went in the same area. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this rifle was gonna shoot well or not, looking at the bore and things, but it seems to like this bullet okay at this velocity. I don't know what it will do when I shoot it further out, but maybe after I shoot a couple more here, I'll go ahead and try it further. They all seem to be going about the same place, so I think that velocity with that bullet is acceptable, at least at that yardage. I'll have to get it on paper a little further out and make sure it's still flying somewhat decent. I don't know what the weight of that trigger pull is, but it feels a lot like pulling a regular trigger with the safety on. It's really heavy. My homemade firing pin is doing well. It's hitting the primers real good. It's barely any warmth at all. It's a very gentle load. Like I said, this is only 18 grains of SR 4759. We do have I'm tempted to shoot a little further, but the plate that I'm looking at, I don't think I can clear the target stand to get there. There are some 100-yard plates that I might be. I'll just go ahead and keep shooting on the paper. That way I can see if this thing is keeping its act together. I'm tempted to go further with it, but I don't have time to go down and set up paper down there, so we'll do that the next time out with it. We'll just stick with these close ones for now. Now that, I see that I do have one off to the right there. I don't know if I pulled that one, and I see one is a little bit lower now that I see the lighting conditions are a little different. I am seeing a reflection on the back of the front sight. It needs to be blackened. I did not bring my carbide lamp, so I got some reflection on that front sight. But with the heavy trigger, it's possible that I'm just moving the rifle around too. Be interesting to review the target footage and see when those changed. But in general, it's doing just fine. I had all these visions of this barrel not shooting and rebarreling the rifle into something different, but so far it's earning its keep, I think. I think just for the heck of it, with these other three, let's go ahead and raise our elevation up here. Let's see if I can get over the top of that. Sneak one in on that plate up there, maybe. I got a little bit of room here on the table. A little more elevation. Yeah, I can see it. It's a diamond steel plate that's out at, it's out there at about 100 yards. I'm gonna go ahead and move I am clear on the chamber here. I'm gonna go out there real quick and move the camera and see if I can't get it pointed at that so you can see if I make a hit or not. this will be a challenge because I'm shooting, whoa, I'm shooting over the top of the rack that my paper target is on there. So my point of impact at 25 is just about right on the money, so I don't think I'm gonna hold off. But there is a little bit of wind, but I can't really tell the direction from where I'm sitting. I'm gonna basically hold on the upper tip of that diamond out there and see if we can make a connection with it. And I think this brass is first fire brass. So I'm gonna hold right on the tippy top of that diamond. Hey, that's a hit. Oh, I'm impressed. You know, I almost wish that was a paper target so I could see what the bullet hole looks like, but I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. That's the first shot that's been beyond 25 yards with this rifle. And unfortunately, that piece of brass is not going to live. It's developed a split down where it's stretched. I don't know how many times that piece of 7x57 has been fired, so it's no surprise that it's didn't live. Let's try another. We'll use the same hold. That one did not connect, but I don't have a spot on it. I don't know where it went. If I were a guessing person, I would guess that it went a little high. So I'll come down a little bit on this next one and see what we have there. Ooh, the trigger is firm. Got it that time. Awesome, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. That'd be a good song. Yeah, that one looks fine. Very cool. All right, so I got 2 rounds left. I got these 2 cast bullet loads. I think I'll move the target camera back to the paper and see where these 2 cast ones land. Well, that's pretty gratifying that I was able to hit that plate out there. I'm gonna get the rangefinder. That's gotta be right about 100 yards. Not 100, not really sure, but I think it's about 100 yards. I'll probably have to go over here. Not quite 100 yards, about 90, 89 yards. Looks further away than that. Would my rangefinder lie to me? It might. Rangefinder says, "You settle down, mister. That's not 100 yards. It's only 90.
You want a Coke?
Sure. Thank you.
Welcome.
Judy offered me a Coke. Gotta love that. It's almost like an advertisement. I haven't had a Coke in a long time. That tastes pretty good. Mark is on his way, I think. He's had to do some vehicle maintenance today. So let's see where these cast ones land on my 25-yard target. Oh, I'm gonna have to lower that down a little bit. Let's let this down to the partial cock position there. Come down quite a bit. That looks pretty good. I'm still recording on the target camera. That's good. Let's see where these cast bullets land. I'd be happy if they group. Trigger was feeling really firm. That's because I didn't pull the hammer back. Whoa. Way up and left. I have a sneaking suspicion that those are not going to shoot well at all. Not with that powder charge anyway. What did I use on that? I don't see my load data on it. I wonder if I think I used the same. I think I used the same thing. But yeah, that's probably a no-go on those. We'll shoot the other one, but be interesting to see where it goes. That one came back a little closer to the center, but it's nowhere near where the jacketed bullets were shooting, so that's gonna need more work. So there you have it. That's my day out with the rolling block 7x57. I think that jacketed bullet load is shooting just fine. We'll make some more brass and put some more shots on the rifle. I'm really pleased I was able to hit that steel at 90 yards a couple of times. That was a nice treat to be able to do that, and I still have more work to do on this rifle. I have not yet steamed it or anything like that. I just cleaned it and I decided I wanted to shoot it and see how it would do, because if I couldn't make the barrel do anything, I was going to do something different with the rifle anyway. So I think it's going to stay as a 7x57 just as it is for now, and you'll probably see it again in later videos. Thanks for watching.